Hey friends, this is Jennifer Terry and welcome to my channel. Today we have another video. It is a press release from the Bureau of Immigration. This was posted today, December 14. It is entitled The Philippine Immigration Backs Use of COVID-19 Passport. Interesting. So the Bureau of Immigration Jaime Morente expressed the interest to support the initiatives to create a global COVID-19 passport. According to the Department of Tourism, it would usher the entry of more tourists as it would streamline entry procedures. Morente said that with the current procedures, these current procedures could pose problems to the immigration as the country reopens its borders to more foreigners, especially tourists. So for now, guys, those who are allowed are still those who are immediate families of Filipinos, former Filipinos, and their families. They are the only tourists that is allowed as of the moment. In his own words, the Bureau of Commissioners said that the anticipated influx of more international travelers could result in longer queues and overcrowding, which is not good for COVID. He observed that with the use of a COVID-19 passport, the conduct of immigration formalities would be faster and easier, and people congestions at the airports would be lessened if not avoided. So with this COVID-19 passport, it could support evidence that the traveler has been vaccinated or is free of the virus. Morente, or the commissioner, also echoed the statement of the Department of Tourism Secretary Puyat that the COVID-19 passport would facilitate international travel as it will ensure countries that visiting tourists are vaccinated and COVID-free. So they think that this COVID-19 passport would get the confidence and trust of foreign tourists to visit the Philippines, which is in the future. So earlier, the IATA, or the International Air Transport Association, disclosed its plans to launch a called IATA Travel Pass. If you're not familiar about IATA, IATA is a private association of airlines around the world. So it's a private company. So they are planning to launch a travel pass which will standardize a solution to validate and authenticate country regulations on COVID-19 passenger and travel requirements. So this IATA travel pass, they say, will enable passengers to verify that their test or vaccination meets existing COVID-19 travel regulations in every countries. So the importance of this proposed COVID-19 passport, it cannot be underestimated, according to Morente. He added that he foresees travelers to begin again arriving in the Philippines second half of next year. Does that mean that they will open up first half or before second half? We don't know. Well, next year when the COVID-19 vaccine is seen to be available in the country. They're hopeful and they have trust and confidence in the international travel will little by little be renewed.
So my thoughts on that one is actually the first question that pops in my head is that if this COVID passport is actually implemented, will vaccination be mandatory for travelers, or will travelers have the option of current testing and quarantine process? Answer is not given, but my hopes is that people would be given the freedom to decide for themselves whether they want to be vaccinated or otherwise. Currently, there are 6 approved and authorized vaccines in the world, mostly coming from China and Russia. The first one, UK and Bahrain and Canada have approved. So these preparations for health or COVID-19 passport are all good. as several countries have started distributing the vaccine to their citizens. But such is not the case in the Philippines. The optimistic forecast is that a vaccination program can begin in the Philippines in March. But Health Secretary Francisco Duque III himself said it could start within the first half of 2021. So as to the current date, we don't know yet. It seems that we get different time frame every time a government official opens his mouth to speak as to when vaccination can begin in the Philippines. An early estimate was for March next year, but the president himself, at one point, when he offered himself as among the first to receive the vaccine, said it would happen realistically in May or June. But in the own words of the Secretary of Health, he said that his forecast would be June, would be the latest. So there are reports also identifying a time frame of within the last months of 2021 or early 2022. So we're getting different reports and forecasts from different people. And why speak of a vaccine passport or a COVID-19 passport when there is no clear date on the arrival of the vaccine in the Philippines? So bring that vaccine first, maybe. That's just what I think. But what are your thoughts on this? Comment down below, guys, so we can have a discussion. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again with another update. Hopefully it's a good one, but